it starts off with the diversity of the group that we started to work with, and just to let people see, because our group is so mixed. You know, we have ex-paramilitaries working with victims of their crimes, and not personally their crimes, but their group's crimes. And we have ex-RUC, we have ex-Army, who were ones who were stationed here in Derry. And the diversity of the group is unbelievable. And there are so many people who can't get this through their head, that we can actually work together. And we want people to see that. I'm not saying it's an easy thing to do, because it is difficult for most people at the beginning, but when you get round to the way of working with it, it's so easy for us to understand how good it is. You know, it's...
I think what this is, it's not unique because everybody has a story. But we've had the unique experience of sharing our stories with each other in a diverse group, then taking that out into the community and realising that there's an impact behind sharing the true stories. Mm-hmm. And I think what it is whenever people come and they know what they're coming to see, they're coming to see ex-paramilitaries along with victims and survivors, they're either coming with an attitude of preparing to be annoyed or preparing to listen. And the beauty about the arts is, if somebody is there to speak to you, to talk to you, to show you something, that you'll more than likely come to listen before you say anything or before you respond. So they're given the opportunity to listen. And then what's happening, and we've seen it all the time, we've seen it with me, Kathleen, we've seen it with other participants, ex-combatants, soldiers, police working together, people who were once the other's other. People are seeing, before they even see the presence of the people there, they're seeing relationship and they're seeing connection, and they're seeing broken down barriers, and they're thinking, hold on a minute, are these two not...
What's happening
here?
Mm.
So they're seeing something special, something that makes them question themselves. Yeah. And I think that when we realised the impact that we were having through different diverse setups, me, Kathleen, ex-policeman, Kathleen, ex-other combatant, me, ex-British soldier, and other different combinations of all the groups, when we seen the reactions of people, we were able to feed off their empathy as they were feeding off the empathy of our stories. So we ended up having that, we call it a grow, that encouragement and enthusiasm to go further with it, and pushed to get shared education groups together, pushed to get talking to a younger audience. And when people were saying, we think they're too young, we were able to say, this is where those conversations happen. And we actually...
And we asked the kids, did they think they were too young?
We put the question to them. We said, people say, you're too young for this, what do you think? We give them the power. They blew some of the adults away.
Oh my God, that was unbelievable.
And that was great reinforcement because we know that 13, 14, 15, especially in these communities, especially in the north, we know that's where those conversations happen. My dad did this, my dad did that. And they're still happening in separate communities because we don't have shared education, we don't have enough integrated schools. No. So we've been able to, through our work, see where this is needed. Yeah. That it's cross-community, cross-border, intergenerational, transgenerational, and from a young age to an older age, and we've been able to go in there and
show them and
make
the reactions,
conversations happen.
The different reactions are unbelievable. And getting back to the forgiveness thing, there are a lot of people are fixated with this thing. Do you forgive? You know, a lot of religions sort of say, well, if you don't forgive, you're condemned to hell for the rest of your life. Do you know, once you die, you go to hell? Depends what you believe, but when I am so insistent about not forgiving, they're shocked at that, and they have to, then I have to explain to them that I had to work around that non-forgiveness thing and leave it then so that I'm okay with not forgiving. You know, it's not part of the, forgiveness is not part of reconciliation. Forgiveness is a personal thing. So it doesn't involve, there's no marked result in what we're talking about, connected to forgiveness. So it's just to show people that the reconciliation is happening, and it can happen regardless of forgiveness or not. I mean, Anne didn't come to me and ask me to forgive her what her organisation did for her husband, and I would have had to say to her, no, I don't, you know. But I've worked around that attitude that I have about that, and I'm quite happy with how I feel.
And one of the reasons that me and you work so well together, and that we work with the other participants together, is because of the proximity. Yeah. And because we've built a relationship. Yeah. We're mad about each other. We have great fun when we hang out, even though what we do is stressful at times and re-traumatising, that we're actually in a relationship with each other, and that relationship, people see that. And
it's a caring relationship.
But people want to be able to help that as well.
Yeah.
So that's what this work has done for us, and if that's done that for us, then we exude that out to the people who see it.
Well, we ourselves have broken down the barriers that other people hold on to. You know, the people
don't think it can be broken.
They don't think the walls can be knocked down, and we've knocked all those walls down that people would associate with the friendship that Anne and I have. So it's just letting the rest of the world know that it can happen. It's possible.
And creating a dialogue and those spaces where people have to question themselves and go, hold on a minute, if it works there, why can I not think about it? And even we call it planting seeds. We call it throwing the pebble in the pond, letting the ripples happen. Sometimes, because you can't go in there and fix everybody. No. You can't go into all those communities, all those schools.
You can plant the seeds. You can plant the seeds. And you can let them, you can let let the seeds germinate in their minds. And it's just like at the beginning when it was put up to me about dialoguing with ex-combatants, I took a panic attack, ran out of the room and thought, who the hell do they think I am? Who do they think? How do they think I can sit down and talk to people like that and all the rest of it? But I went home and thought about that. For the seed was there. I went home and thought about it, and I thought, well, if I can't do it, how can I expect other people to do it? So that's what finalised my decision about that for the, dialogue with ex-paramilitaries towards reconciliation.
I think the honesty that we talk about when we speak, and the honesty as well, because we don't hold back on the taboo stuff. We don't hold back. We don't keep anything taboo. No. People say you're so brave saying this stuff out loud. But it's not bravery. It's necessary.
It's a necessity, and we need the transparency. And
also
other
to
people say this
people.
bravery.
Maybe I can talk about this.
Yeah, because we've had a lot of disclosures after our workshops and things. People would, not me particularly, well, people just come up and talk to me about forgiveness. They'll say, I'm surprised you can forgive, and I have to make it clear to them that that's not a possibility. But they'll come up to other people because
we talk about grief.
We talk about I manage a grief, and we talk about
incest
and
abuse,
different abuse
domestic
and
violence, all the stuff that's swept onto
and they'll come up to the people involved in that part of the discussion, and they will disclose a part of their life they haven't disclosed to ever before. And that's a start. When you think that somebody can come up and do that to us after being at one of our workshops, you think, this is good. This is
starting on their own journey, their own path. And
Yeah.
plus we always talk to them about being safe and
Yeah.
we'd love to
And
have
looking
the
after
signpost people
themselves.
were the right ways. But with whoever would be in charge of the groups, we would say, listen, people here need help. There might be a conversation after this. A lot of times I think it would be really good if we were to do double workshops, do an initial workshop, and then come back
Then
a while
come back.
later and do an after. No, because we leave people with a lot of stuff to think about,
Yeah.
and we might not necessarily see them again. That's something we're thinking about. Well, we've talked about that
We've
anyway.
talked about it before.
We talk a lot.